Hey kids, Mr. Coster here. Welcome to Chapter 2, Section 1. This chapter is entitled The Settling of the 13 Colonies. This is where we're going to see America really start to grow and become the nation that you know today. Section 1 is called Coming to the Colonies. What brought people to America? And what were some of the difficulties that faced them when they came to America? There were 6 primary reasons that English settlers came to America. The first reason was for profit. They came for the money. They wanted an opportunity for wealth to find great raw materials. A second opportunity, or reason why they came, was to own land. It was difficult to own land in England. For the most part, the wealthy owned all of it, and it was difficult to have your own. In America, there was so much land to be had by these people. A third major motivation for them to come to America was for employment, the opportunity to have a job. Many came to be farmers, to farm that new land they just got. So the English came for money, for land, for occupation. A lot of them came for religious freedom. In England, the king had established an official church. It was called the Church of England, also known as the Anglican Church. The Church of England was formed following the Reformation, but still held a lot of Catholic beliefs and traditions that many Protestants didn't really care for. So many came to America to be able to worship God freely, free from government interference. Another reason settlers came to America was for political freedom. Freedom from government. The king was taking away a lot of the rights of the people, and the people wanted to get their freedoms back. So we see people coming to America for profit, to own their own land, employment or jobs, religious freedom, political freedom, and others just came for the adventure. They just wanted to see what was out there and what could they see. And they just were an adventurous people. So these are the 6 main reasons settlers came to America. Well, when they came to America, there were 3 different types of colonies that the king would issue. The first was a charter colony. This is where the king would issue a charter to a joint stock company. A joint stock company is when a number of different investors put their money together to finance a trip. And this charter would contain all of the rules for governing. The king would tell them their laws, their location, how the laws would be administered, and really it was the official permission to go. That was the charter colony. The second type of colony was a proprietary, P-R-O-P-R-I-E-T-A-R-Y, proprietary. And this is where permission was given to individuals or groups by the king to colonize. So maybe 1 man, 2 men, a few men given authority to come. And those men would then govern the colony however they wanted. And then the third and final type of colony, after a charter colony and proprietary colony, was a royal colony. The royal colonies fell under the direct supervision of the king. The king would rule them. He would govern them. He would usually send somebody over, like a governor, to rule on his behalf. But those 3 types of colonies were issued to settlers coming to America. But this was not an easy journey. It was difficult to come to America. There were a number of hardships that colonists faced during those early years. You had things like a hazardous journey. It was difficult. Many people would die during the journey. There was a lack of good food. They might find some food here and there, but what food they did find usually lacked adequate nourishment. They didn't have a very balanced diet. There was a lack of shelter. They had no home when they got here. They had to quickly construct homes, but the winters are cold and it was not easy going. There is also a problem with scurvy. A lot of people back then, when they sailed, had scurvy. Scurvy is a deficiency in vitamin C and made people very, very sick, but difficult to keep vitamin C on those boats for such a long time. And then even in the New England states, not a lot of scurvy. They also faced a lot of Indian attacks. Indian relationships were difficult at times, and it caused some stress on these relationships. And then a lot of people got sick. A lot of fever spread around the colonists. A lot of people got sick. It was very, very difficult. And then also, just how are they going to support themselves? Once they were here, how would they survive? Let me recap again some of those hardships. We have a hazardous journey. We have a lack of food, of nourishment, of good food. We have scurvy. We have Indian attacks. We have fever. And then lastly, how do you support yourself in this new world? Through the course of this chapter, we're going to see all of the colonies, the early ones, get settled. But things are not easy, and people came for a variety of different reasons. Have a good one.